Okay guys, so the first book we have is actually a new one to our collection. Two of these books are actually new to our collection, but here it is. We have Steam Train Dream Train, and this has been a fun one, especially this week in particular, because we purchased zoo passes for our family about a week or so ago, and so we're looking forward to going again. We went about a week ago to our Los Angeles Zoo, and now we're going again next week. And so it's just really fun because it's all about this train and the dreams that the different animals have who are on the train. And it's kind of neat. It's got some repetition rhyme, like through the darkness, clickety-clack, coming closer down the track. Hold your breath so you can hear huffing, chuffing, drawing near. Really, really great descriptive words again, cling, clang, words that just, you know, really make the pictures and the story pop out at you on the page. And then, of course, all the different animals we're talking about, because we've been going to the zoo and just talking about those animals like monkeys and kangaroos and polar bears and penguins, giraffes, everything, elephants. And then Robbie will go, wait a second, a dinosaur, they're not at the zoo. So it's just kind of a fun, repetitive nighttime book to get everybody to sleep, and it goes on with all these little animals and the different experiences they have on the sleep train, the dreaming train. And then the very last page is kind of fun. I thought I liked it because at the very end it shows a little boy in bed, sound asleep, and it says, and the big moon in the sky, and it says, Steam Train, Dream Train, shh, shh, good night. And so Robbie has really enjoyed this book this past week. We've been reading it a few nights throughout the week. We try and do 3 stories at night before bedtime. Usually 2 are you choose books where I let Robbie choose, free choice, and then the last one is a Bible story that we always do every night. And we've been doing Noah this week, which has also kind of gone along with the animal theme of this Steam Train, Dream Train book. Okay, you guys, so the second book that I have is a fun one, and it is new to our library as well, and it is called The Girl Who Wouldn't Brush Her Hair. And if you can see, here's this little girl, and she just will not brush her hair for the life of anybody in her family. She won't let anybody brush her hair, and she won't brush her hair. And you can see she has some interesting friends that come along and live with her in her unbrushed hair. So Robbie giggled at this book, and it's been a favorite, and I really like the illustrations, but it's all about this little girl who has this beautiful long brown hair, and this is her doll, Baby, and she just will not brush her hair. She takes a shower every night, and she puts her hair up in this big towel, and then she just lets her beautiful long brown hair air dry as she leans off of her bed. And whenever her parents say, why won't you brush your hair? Why won't you let us brush your hair? And she just says, it's not my way, as you can see right here. It's just not my way. And that's what she says whenever she doesn't want to do anything. So eventually a little mouse comes and starts making a nest in her hair because it's a mass of tangles. And as you can see, whenever there is one mouse, usually there are more. So all these little mice come and they start making homes in her hair, a home in her hair, and they start eating her lunch at lunchtime at school. They will eventually not let her take a bath because they don't like to swim. And she starts to get upset because she wants to wash her hair. And so eventually she has so many mice living in her hair that she realizes it might be time to brush it because the teacher tells her that she can no longer come to school with all these mice in her hair. And look at, they're even playing a volleyball game, which Robbie laughs about. So she feels very sad and discouraged, and she realizes, you know what? It's time I brushed my hair. And she has a talk with all her little mice friends. Look at all of them. They've just taken over her room. And she tells them, you know what? It's time. You'll have to go. And so they go, and she bids them goodbye and farewell. And she decides to finally brush her long, beautiful hair. And in the end, she's quite happy with her 2 new braids that she decides to put her hair in. And Baby gets a braid as well. So this is a really cute book, and especially if you have a little one that may not want, I mean, I don't have girls, I have all boys, but if you have any girls who don't like to get their hair brushed because of tangles or have it braided or whatever, I was kind of like that as a kid. It might be kind of a fun book to read to them. We just got a kick out of it because Robbie loves little mice and stuff, so we thought it was kind of a fun, special one. Okay guys, so our third and final book today for this week is called Those Darn Squirrels. And this is a really cute book that my friend Summer gave to Robbie, and Robbie calls her Auntie Summer because she has been such a sweet best friend to Robbie and to me. She was the maid of honor in our wedding, and I've known her since we were little girls ourselves, and so it's so fun to see my little boy is with her now. So she gave us this sweet book, and it's about this old man named Old Man Fookwire, and he does not like these squirrels that come to live in his tree very well. So she gave us this, I think, because we love squirrels so much. And if you can see, I'm outside in our front yard right now, but here are all of our oak trees in front of our house. And so in these oak trees live lots of little squirrels. So we have named our squirrels. We have one named Peanut, and one named Bernard, and one named Matt, and one named Max. And so I think that's why Robbie got this book. So Those Darn Squirrels, and it's basically about this little old man, and he loves to draw. He's an artist. He loves to paint, and he lives in this little tiny house, and he doesn't have a lot of friends. He seems kind of grumpy. He hates to eat pie. He throws it away. He hates puppy dogs. He doesn't like anything good. And so he's pretty old, and he likes to just paint these birds. Here are the birds that he loves to paint. And he's kind of a funny looking old man. He feeds the birds, and these birds live in his trees near his home. Well, one day, the birds are eating, and you can look down and see that they have some unexpected squirrel visitors who decide to come and take over the tree where the birds live. And by the way, squirrels happen to be very good at math, this book says, which Robbie got a kick out of. So the squirrels wreak havoc, and they eat pizza, and they tear up the whole place. And eventually, Old Man Fookwire comes out, and he raises his old man fist to the air, and he says, "You darn squirrels," which is a repetitive line throughout the story. And Robbie loves to say it every time I go, "Okay, what does Old Man Fookwire say?" And Robbie raises his little fist, and he says, "You darn squirrels." So that kind of becomes fun. So eventually, Mr. Fookwire, he tries to make a tightrope so that the squirrels can't get to the bird feeders, but they do. They're so smart. They figure out a way. And this goes on throughout the whole story, and the whole time Old Man Fookwire is mad at the squirrels, and the squirrels just lay around, have the life of Riley, and don't seem to care. So it's kind of fun to see. And eventually, in the end, the birds fly away for the winter, and Old Man Fookwire is sad because he misses his birds. So all he sits around and does is eat his cottage cheese with pepper, which is his snack. And the squirrels look around, and they feel kind of bad for Old Man Fookwire because now he has no birds and he's sad. So the squirrels hold a meeting in their big tree, and they discuss what they can do for Old Man Fookwire. So they go through all their belongings that they've collected, all their little treasures, and they decide to give him a certain amount of coins that they find. And they add it all up, and Old Man Fookwire is shocked and appreciates the fact that they cared about him. And then the squirrels decide to dress up as birds and do circus acts to make him happy. And so he just thinks this is really neat and really great. And so eventually he allows them in his house, and they have a big squirrel party. And that is the end of this book. So that's our other one that Robbie just loves, and it seems to be a favorite because we want to read it almost every single night. So those are the 3 books that we have, and I hope you've enjoyed this picture book review, and maybe you can run on out to the library with your kids and pick up some of these as well. And if you have any questions about the books, I will insert a link below with the names and the authors of them, and then you can either buy them on Amazon or check them out at your local library. So we'll see you next time. Bye guys.